are you going to do to improve your life? Or what should you be doing to improve your life? Number 1, join a gym or go boxing, kickboxing, or MMA. Number 2, eat right. And if you have difficulty in eating right, just substitute some of the bad stuff for good stuff. Let me give you an example. I know a lot of guys that in the morning eat cereal, right? And one of them I'm mentoring, he was like, I love all these like Cocoa Pops and Wheatos and all of that, right? I said, what's the other cereal that's not as bad that you like? And he was like, oh, I like Weetabix, but I put loads of sugar in it. I said, you know what? Ground up some walnuts or almonds and put 2 tablespoons in. You'll feel fuller. It'll be way better than just sugar and Weetabix. It'll be like nuts, the good fat. And you know what? You might be able to have less Weetabix and less sugar and more of the good stuff, right? So that's one little trick of how to sort your diet out. Or, throughout the day, whenever you feel like eating some rubbish, see if you can eat some good stuff as well. Because what will happen is, as you start eating some good stuff, and you can look this up on the internet, what's the good stuff? Whole foods, right? Whole foods. I'm talking about nuts, fruit. Those little changes will stand you good in the long term. So that's what you need to be doing. The next thing is, right, I know there's a lot of young guys out there who've got a porn addiction. You need to get away from that stuff because it affects you mentally. You're looking at the wrong stuff, right? They're telling you to do stuff that's not even the natural or real, or real world stuff. It's just like what they make up on the internet, etc., etc. Get away from that. Next, get some good sleep in, mate. You know what? If you're getting up at 9, 10, 11 a.m. and you're going to bed at 12 or 1 or 2, that's your circadian or your body's rhythm, the natural rhythm of getting up when the sunlight comes out and going to bed when the sun goes down is out of sync. You will not get any like gym gains. You're mentally messed up. You're not going to be working to your full capacity. So that's one thing you need to do. Sort out your sleep. Start slowly. You know what? I'm not saying everybody go and do all the list of things that I'm talking about right now. I'm saying start doing them slowly and start making them better. Next, loads of guys are addicted to video games. Maybe you can play a little bit of video games if it makes you happy. If you spend that time on watching podcasts that improve you about your diet, gym, business, anything like that, or listening to podcasts or reading books, I swear down, you will improve. I didn't start reading books until last 6-7 years I've been reading books, and I think, wow, what the hell? I could have really turbocharged my growth if I'd started when I was a teenager or in my early 20s. You really need to get started on good books now. You know what? Everybody talks about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Go and read that one to start off with, and then as my videos go on, I'll recommend more and more of these. Next, find a business that you like. Go and read up on it. Or find something that you would like to do for the rest of your life and go and read up on it. Go and practice it. Go and volunteer somewhere for it. Go and ask somebody to employ you, or go and do it for free. Go and find a guy who's already doing it. Go and ask them questions. Anything that'll get you closer to that thing. So you know what? If you want to become a plumber, and you know what, I'm not dissing this by saying, every guy has to go and start a games company or a software fund or, something mega like the next Facebook. If you want to become a plumber, why not become the best plumber in the country? Why not become the best plumber in your area? Start off by becoming the best plumber in your little area, then in your town, then in the largest city next to you, then in the country. Just shed loads of money out of a plumbing firm and you can still get rich. Look after your health. Sleep right, eat right, look after your family. A lot of people out there are still relying on their family. Teenage boys in their 20s relying on their mum and dad to bail them out for everything. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be manning up and making sure that you look after your family. You should be giving them money. And I know lots of you out there need this reality check and need to level up, because that's what I did. I started working at a really young age, right? Because I was the son of migrants. They couldn't even speak the language. And I had to really help them from a young age, but it made me feel better and I wouldn't change it for the world. Kind of never had a childhood, did a lot of work, but I love it. You ask me now, I wouldn't change it for the world because I'm financially free. I'm here doing these videos because I feel like it. Most guys do these videos so they can have money out of them. I'm a multi-millionaire. I run a software games company. I've invested in 100 companies. I've interviewed thousands of guys, employed hundreds. I've got a few businesses, and guess what? I don't need to be doing this for money, and I'm doing it because I love it. I like meeting guys that want to come up. So I believe in you. Go on, Go and do it. Delete all the rubbish social media apps. I'm telling you. You know what? I know I'm here on YouTube and I'm going to be on TikTok and Insta and all of that. But you can't delete me and see what it's like. Just write my plan down first and then you can delete everything to do with social media and see what happens. Just stick to the plan. Write the plan down of when you're going to wake up, when you're going to go to sleep, when you're going to go to the gym. If you're going to do boxing, MMA or kickboxing, you need to do one of them as well as the gym. Just so you're not just like a massive guy who can't, fight or defend people around him. If you're in your teens or your 20s, or your 30s or your 40s, even your 50s, right? And you have never been to boxing, kickboxing or MMA, you need to do that now. If you're over 30 and you haven't done it, you need to go and do it now, right? And if you're in your 20s, it's not too late. You need to start now as well. But if you're a teenager, start now. I've said now about 6 times there. Can you see how important it is? Look, if you can't defend yourself and those around you, and you don't have the confidence to defend yourself and those around you, you'll always feel weak and it'll affect your mind as well. Make sure before you do any, money searching or looking for businesses and all of that at least you're in peak fitness. That's an easy thing for you to do. I know there's a lot of guys at the minute, right, where there's no father figure around and they've never been told that they need to do boxing or some kind of MMA or, kickboxing just to keep fit. It keeps you mentally right and it just makes you a better man. You might think he's telling us, but does he tell anybody else? I do. I have some mentees, right, that I mentor, and all of those guys either do boxing, MMA, or kickboxing, as well as running a business. So I'm teaching them about how to make money, how to become multimillionaires. And when I say multimillionaires, I'm not teaching any of these guys how to make 1 or 2 million. My thing to them always is the bare minimum you want to be aiming for is 10 million. But I like saying them aim for 100 million. I know that might seem ridiculous to most of you out there, but aim for the stars and you might just hit the moon. Because if you're just thinking about earning £1 million, it's just not worth it. You got to be thinking big. And one of those thinking big things is go out, learn boxing, learn to defend yourself. It'll just give you confidence, right? It'll make you eat right. It'll make you sleep right because you'll be tired, you'll go to sleep and your mind will be clearer. And you know what? You'll be better at business. So don't die average and see you next time. Crack on.